Hey everyone, welcome back to my workshop. You know how much I love a good DIY project, especially when we can give something old a brand new purpose. In today's video, we're going to turn trash into treasure with some unbelievable home transformations that will blow your mind. We're going to tackle some fun upcycling projects that are perfect for adding personality and charm to your home, all while being kind to our planet. By the end of this video, you'll be seeing junk in a whole new way. I can't wait to get started, so grab your tools, your creativity, and let's dive right in. Alright, let's start with this old chair. It's seen better days, right? The seat is a little worse for wear, but that doesn't mean it's destined for the landfill. We're going to give it a new life as a charming plant stand. First things first, we need to remove the seat. Now, we're going to give this frame a good sanding. I like to use a medium grit sandpaper to smooth out any rough edges and get rid of any splinters. Now for the fun part, adding some color. You can go with a classic white or cream for a farmhouse look, or get bold with a pop of color to match your decor. To give our plant stand a sturdy base, we're going to add a platform where the seat used to be. You can use a piece of reclaimed wood for a rustic feel, or even a piece of glass for a more modern look. Just make sure to attach it securely to the chair frame. And there you have it, a charming and unique plant stand that's ready to showcase your favorite greenery. Let's move on to our next project. Now, let's talk about this old dresser. It's got scratches, dings, but it's time to give it a new purpose in the heart of our home, the kitchen. First things first, let's remove some of the drawers. We want to create a good balance of open shelving and closed storage. We'll keep a couple of drawers for those things you want to tuck away, but removing some will give us space for cookbooks, decorative bowls, or maybe even a little herb garden. Now, to give it that kitchen island feel, I'm thinking we add some wheels. This way, it can be moved around easily. Perfect for when you need some extra counter space or a place to set out snacks for a party. Next up, let's give this dresser a fresh coat of paint. A bold color like a deep blue or a rich green would look incredible, but you could also go for a classic white or a warm gray. Now for the countertop. A butcher block countertop would be stunning and add warmth to the space, but you could also use a marble slab for a more elegant look, or even reclaimed wood for a touch of rustic charm. Let's add some finishing touches to make this kitchen island extra functional. Look at that transformation. This kitchen island is now the heart of the home, perfect for prepping meals, gathering with family, or just adding some extra storage and style. Now, I know what you're thinking, a broken mirror? Isn't that bad luck? Well, we're turning that superstition on its head and making something beautiful. Instead of tossing out these shattered pieces, we're creating a stunning mosaic art piece. First things first, safety. Before we start breaking anything, let's put on some gloves and safety glasses to protect ourselves. Now we're going to break the mirror into smaller pieces. You can use a hammer, but be sure to wrap the mirror in a towel first to prevent shards from flying everywhere. Now comes the fun part, designing our mosaic. We can create a specific pattern like a sunburst or a geometric design, or just let our creativity flow and make it abstract. Lay out your mirror pieces on a sturdy board or canvas to get a feel for your design. Once you're happy with the arrangement, it's time to glue everything down. Use a strong adhesive that's suitable for glass and make sure each piece is firmly in place. Then, let it dry completely. Now, to give our mosaic a polished and finished look, we're going to apply grout. We'll spread it over the entire surface, making sure to press it into all those little spaces between the mirror pieces. Once the grout has dried, our mosaic is ready for its grand debut. We can frame it or mount it directly on the wall. And here's a little tip. If you want to add a touch of magic, try adding some LED backlighting to your mosaic. The light will shine through the glass pieces, creating a truly mesmerizing effect. Now let's talk about palettes. They're like the hidden gems of the DIY world. They're sturdy, versatile, and best of all, often free. Today, we're turning this discarded palette into a rustic coffee table that will add so much character to your living room. Our first step is to carefully disassemble the palette. We'll remove any extra nails and separate the planks. Don't worry if some of the boards are a little rough around the edges. That just adds to the rustic charm. Now we're going to cut the planks to create the tabletop and legs for our coffee table. You can use a saw for this, or if you don't have one, most hardware stores will cut the wood for you. Next, it's time to sand everything down. I like to use a medium grit sandpaper first to smooth out any rough spots, then finish with a fine grit sandpaper for an extra smooth finish. Now for the fun part, adding some color. You can leave the wood natural for a truly rustic look, or go for a stain to enhance the grain. Once the stain or paint is dry, it's time to assemble our coffee table. We'll use screws to attach the legs to the tabletop, making sure everything is nice and secure. There you have it, a beautiful rustic coffee table that's full of character and one-of-a-kind charm. Now, who would have thought that simple glass jars could become such stunning light fixtures? That's the beauty of upcycling. We're going to transform these empty jars into boho chic pendant lights that will add a warm and inviting glow to any room. First things first, let's give these jars a good cleaning. We'll wash them with warm, soapy water to remove any labels or sticky residue. Make sure they're completely dry before moving on to the next step. Now, we need to create a way for the light to shine through. We're going to carefully drill a hole in the center of each jar lid. Make sure the hole is big enough to fit the pendant light cord. Next, we're going to insert our light bulb sockets into the holes we just drilled. Now comes the fun part, adding some personality. We can wrap the jars with twine for a rustic touch, or paint them in different colors for a more eclectic look. There you have it, stunning, one-of-a-kind pendant lights that add so much charm and personality to your space. And the best part is, they were made from items you might have otherwise thrown away. Gap 3S, ready for another fantastic upcycling project? This time we're turning old picture frames into a stylish wall art display that will instantly elevate any room. Whether you've got mismatched frames or frames that have seen better days, this project is perfect for giving them a new lease on life. First, gather all the frames you want to use. They don't need to match. In fact, a variety of shapes and sizes will make your gallery wall even more interesting. Start by giving each frame a thorough cleaning, removing any old photos or backing. Now, let's get creative. You can paint the frames in a cohesive color palette to tie them together, or go bold with contrasting colors for a more eclectic vibe. If you're feeling extra artistic, try adding patterns or textures with stencils or fabric. Next, decide what you want to display in your frames. It could be anything from family photos to pieces of fabric, pressed flowers, or even your own artwork. The key is to create a collection that reflects your personal style. Once you've got your frames ready, it's time to arrange them on the wall. Lay them out on the floor first to find an arrangement you love. Then, start hanging them up, beginning with the central frame and working your way outwards. And there you have it, a stunning, personalized gallery wall made entirely from upcycled picture frames. This project not only breathes new life into old items, but also adds a unique and stylish touch to your home decor. So go ahead, raid your attic or thrift store and start creating your very own picture frame gallery wall. Wow, look at what we've created today! From a discarded chair to a stylish plant stand, a worn-out dresser transformed into a kitchen island, and broken mirror pieces reborn as shimmering art. Who knew that trash could be so inspiring? Remember, you don't need fancy tools or expensive materials to create something beautiful and unique for your home. It's all about looking at everyday objects with a fresh perspective and a little bit of imagination. I hope these projects have inspired you to see the potential in those forgotten treasures around your own home. Get creative, have fun, and don't forget to share your amazing upcycled creations with me. Tag me on social media. I can't wait to see what you come up with.